Good morning, good morning. We are in the Akai League. Hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning. I had an awesome Saturday night at VF, actually. Um, Here we go.
Phone.
Hey
Your
Akai, how you
catch
doing?
up date. Hey Chanchai, doing well? You just woke up? I think you were playing quite late.
Yeah, we were playing late. I woke up an hour ago, but I had to do some preparations and stuff earlier. But I did get a chance to freshen myself up for once, so I look a little bit more clean, but I didn't shave. Jason Elbow's in. That's awesome. All right. I like fighting his Leon. I know not everybody's going to say that's awesome, but I like fighting Jason. Paul 6'8", KDMD, always such a huge dead. This guy has gotten so strong, so fast. His Akira is amazing. Got numbers, got Punker, awesome. iFix Machine is a monster, especially in the morning. Oh my gosh. Dollar Yen is here. I love seeing it. I really like fighting their pie. They improved a lot. We got DS Itty is returned. Awesome. Blurring is here. Awesome. Also a good stream to check out if you want to watch the matches with another perspective and commentary. He does a good job of commentating how he's feeling and what he's going through when he fights. Jason Elbow says, please don't use Leon. I will, but, you know, I can't really use much else. Setsuna's here. Oh, man, look at this. We got the Fuka, Setsuna, Paul 6'8", KDMD. It's a lot of Akira today. And numbers. I'm glad numbers can make it. All right, I'm going to let you talk, Akai. I just had to have fun with that commentary.
I prefer to just...
You like to do the administrative while I while I fill in the air, right?
Yeah. That's why I asked you to do it. It's a nice balance.
Also, Space Time is here, back with their Jeffrey. Awesome. I had a wonderful time last night. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still having such a wonderful memory of last night because I played tournament mode, and I know not everyone likes playing tournament mode like with international players. I love it. I fought Phoenix Force from EU. Yes, there was lag, but there always is between us, but it's always high-quality decision-making in our matches. I fought DK Jackie, so that our connection was really good, but not the best, maybe, during tournament mode. But DK Jackie and I had some vicious battles. We fought each other twice in the tournament.
I think if you're a fan of Virtua Fire and follow the scene, like, even if it's sometimes lag, like, we all know there's going to be lag, but what are the chances that you get to play against people that you have maybe read about or talk online?
Exactly.
Okay, so yes, it's lag, but if you're part of the community, sometimes it's yeah, we know it's lag, but for the love of BF, we'll play. That's for the sake of community.
No, exactly. I mean, we had a lot of players in that tournament. We had Jacko, had Bushido, but he crashed out. We had Chibita. I was hoping to fight Chibita. I almost won the right to fight Chibita, but I lost that battle barely against an amazing Japanese Vanessa player. And Cross was in the tournament, and I fought a Japanese Brad, and that was amazing. The Japanese Vanessa player I fought is a player that is on Twitter. It's Tohiro-kun. They're really good. It was a lot of fun, and they swore that, I will not win next time. I didn't win though, but they told me that they've caught on to my. They said that they really like the way I use lows actually, but like my timing when I do it. But they're not going to let me do it. Right? Yeah. It's a high compliment, but they're expressing they're sending their daggers my way, so it means like they want to crush me the next time we fight. So. But it was awesome. I'm just so flattered. Yeah, so it was fun. Tournament mode has, for me, been a very fun experience for me because of how often I end up in matches with players I've always wanted to fight in Korea, in Japan, even in EU. And it's just kind of crazy when it happens. And maybe because I'm on the West Coast, the matches with Japan, like, they're very playable. The game might be slightly slower. And the game there is lag, but it's actually like a good yellow bar connection when I fight it, And so the decision making is there, but it's true that some stuff we have to refrain from trying to do. Like we have to reduce how much we're doing like reactivates, like reaction-based evading. You know, like you have to kind of cut it out in that mode.
So yeah, so I'm just gonna say Zongchan, a very strong Japanese player, is joined the room.
Oh my god.
Usually, like this is for North America, but usually I usually like, give everyone the one play. So thank you for joining Zongchan. Again, I appreciate everyone playing, and so yeah, for the love of VF, right?
For the love of VF, yeah, 100%. And man, Zongchan, yes. Oh my god. Zongchan's amazing.
So we right now have 15 people, including me. So there's actually 2 spaces left. So if anyone wants to join, please do. The 16th spot, if you do want to join, just message me or let me know on chat so that I could actually invite you in. And if so, then I won't play, which is fine. That was actually meeting one of my milestones I want. Because right now I'm at a streak of 94 leagues play non-stop, so... Alright,
So,
Tricky's chummy, so that'll be the 15th person.
So, yeah, I question one player, somebody on my Twitch chat, Rockstar J, asked the question, like, do a lot of people play VF5 online? I kind of want to learn. This game looks like fun. For me, the game is incredibly fun. It's worth learning. However, to answer that question honestly, in Japan, it's very active online. Outside of Japan, it's got a decent amount of players, but it's nothing compared to like Street Fighter or Tekken or Guilty Gear, or so it's not in the high. It doesn't have a high population as far as fighting game players, but but there is a really good community that will always be available, and I'm happy to introduce them to players that are running rooms, or we have a community aspect to make sure that we get a lot of access to playing. So yeah. Thank you very much for trying out the room, Zonchan. Kill is here. Awesome. This is starting off with it strong for the morning too.
Killer just joined the room. I think Zonchan feels that he must have shared me in the room since he's the only one with thanks for stopping by.
We appreciate it.
So we have Killer. And we have 3 more matches before we begin the next, before we begin the first league of the day.
And one last thing I'll highlight is that last night I also had an amazing, last night I had wonderful sparring sessions with DK Jackie before the tournament. That was like a few hours before the tournament. And also awesome sparring with Dark Nova Void, who really, his Sarah beats me up so good. So it's a lot of fun.
Alright guys, so we now have a full room. Thanks for joining Tricky. I am right now as a Spectre, and there's a private spot left in the room. So if you do want to join, just message me on Twitter or in the PSN chat, and I'll let you in, okay? Is DK here? I don't see him.
Alright, Rockstar J asked me if I think VF is better played on a Korean lever. I like Korean levers and I try all kinds, but I actually think Virtua Fighter plays better on a Japanese lever personally. It's a game where you go from neutral to any of the 8 other directions and back very much, like a lot. And because of that, and the game is really tuned around the Sanwa JOF lever, but all of the Japanese levers are very good at playing Virtua Fighter. The Korean levers are good at it, but Korean levers allow you a degree of control and precision, but sometimes at the expense of speed, depending on your technique. And Virtua Fighter, you benefit from hitting the restrictor gate. So you benefit from, like, because of your tapping, you're hitting like the wall early, so short throw setups, which are more common in Japanese setups, tend to be very good for Virtua Fighter. So yeah, just like hitbox tends to be very good for Virtua Fighter for the same reason. You're going for speed of tap inputs. There's just so many tap inputs in Virtua Fighter.
Alright, I'm just going to, Legend himself 2022 ask, right now the room is full at 15 people, there is one private spot left. If you want to join, just message me your PlayStation nickname, and I will let you in. Okay, this is Great Outsider, and this is for North America region. Can you just message me on PSN? My name is Akai JC. Outside Let me just get his name in. So there's 2 more matches go before I start the league. Let's see, where is... So, Legend himself, where are you from? Okay, oh, from UK? Okay. I could let you join the room. Oh, there's an empty spot left. Someone just left the room, I think. Tricky just left. So if you want, you could just join the room you want to, Legend. This is intended for North America region, but if you want, we always let somebody just join if you want. See ya. Okay, Tricky. But for future reference, if you like leagues and stuff in the Europe area on Thursday, the Tay Havoc Fighter organizes also organizes leagues. Because my opinion is for most part people want to play with people with a decent connection with each other. So that's why I try to restrict this to North America. But you're always welcome to try and see if you do like these type of things. Thursday, I think the Polish group, the Havoc group, they host on Thursdays. So there's still 1 spot left, and we'll start after this. This will be the last match.
Very nice conversion by Jason there. Blurring's doing a lot of good stuff in this matchup too, though. I like a lot of Blurring setups are working very well against Jason. I think when Blurring improves, like it's a skill that comes way later. They've built like a lot of the core fighting skills up like in the battle, but as their conversions off of the environment, like off of walls and whatnot, improves, they're going to see quite a bit of increase in their damage too. So keep it up, Blurring.
I am going to join back the room now. Good luck, everyone. We're going to start the league now.
All right, good luck, Akai. I'm looking forward to this. Thank you, everyone. All right, let's do this. Okay, so Rockstar J, I might be divided in my recommendation. It's hard because the strong key word in levers is preference, and that is especially true with Korean levers because they have a lot of different things. But tell me what games you're playing. What are the games that you do like to play a lot? And I can't give you the best answer, but I can give you approximations towards guiding you towards what might work better for you. Nice. I'm definitely happy to teach you Virtua Fighter, and Guilty Gear is an amazing game as well. All of those are high quality games, man. Thank you very much, Space Time. Good battle. Okay, so Rockstar, so it's good to have levers that you might want to try to start out with. What kind of arcade controller are you using too? That might help because some levers might not fit. But for arcade controller cases, when you do want to do Korean levers, it can get a little spendy or take the extra time to have to mod. But if you don't mind building a stick, All Fight Stick is really good because that'll give you the flexibility you need to put in a lot of stuff. To put in Korean levers especially, and alternate layout panels. So All Fight Stick is really good if you don't mind building a controller yourself or having someone build it for you, and it's not too hard. You have the AS, okay, and you have the Espada and Obsidian. Okay, you're in good shape. All right. So Korean levers that are interesting to start with. If you don't mind paying like as much as like around $50, I really think a really good lever, transition, and just a good lever by itself, amazing bang for your buck. It's probably the Crown 309 NHM, New Help Me. So the 309 New Help Me short collar, I think it's a really good lever. And overall, it's really like works for all of those games, right? But there are Tekken levers, and you know, there's obviously on my videos you've seen me put like the Sanjix V6, and it's highly recommended but expensive, but like one of the most beautiful build quality lever you can find, made by one man. But that one, I've seen Tekken and Street Fighter players love that lever to death, right? King of Fighters traditionally has been played on Seimitsu, and I do think JLF and Seimitsu are awesome on. I think Japanese levers are awesome on King of Fighters, but I also seen a lot of King of Fighters players love the Korean levers, but I don't really know which ones they prefer though. But I do know that Street Fighter and Tekken, you're just gonna have a lot of people that loving the like New Help Me or the Sanjix V6. But the Sanjix V6 is expensive. You're looking at $110 nowadays for that, and also a little tricky to get. Very good. So, I cannot play slow mode against Akai because it gives him too much room to think, so... Nice. I'm starting to see where to evade on that, but it's still hard. Those are the levers that I love, so if you can afford them, I love those levers like a lot. And you will have no trouble reselling them. Alright, I don't think so. I think it's easy to resell those, and I might be the buyer, so... Alright, good game, Akai. Good game. So if those are in your price points, the V6 is just so highly recommended, easy to do. Buttercade will have a group buy later. I haven't heard about the V6. They might be more direct buy to the site. The V3, if you can wait, there's not many available. It's only 50 available, but there's going to be the premium V3 in January that is going to be all black, but it might have Nailu parts, which would be like red. Internal parts you can't really see until you open it up, but it would be like a black aluminum plate on top and a black aluminum plate on the bottom. It's gonna be beautiful, and it's gonna be the best performing V3 by far. I have a premium V3. I did a video for it, and the premium V3 is really, really good. So that's gonna be like your VF and King of Fighters machine, and maybe even Guilty Gear, but. Okay, we do have a bit of lag, so that's good to know. Okay, this is so hard to fight a Jackie without reactions for me, but that's okay, I will do it. Okay, so my rising attack's going to come out a little late. Good to know. I have to guess read, okay. This is going to be so hard, I'm fighting against the UK. Hard. Yeah, this is really hard. Okay. I cannot fight like... Okay. I have to remind myself I can't use reactions. Yeah. Okay, good game, great outside. You have a very nice Jackie. It's not discounting your skill. I just wasn't ready for that. I just wasn't ready. But good game, and good luck for the rest of the league. And I am glad you're here. But yeah. Well, that's okay. I know I have a red bar with them, so I should have been more ready for it. I should have had better, like, I also was not using my knowledge properly, so I was doing a lot of bad responses to the situations they put in. They might, I don't know if they're new blood or old, but they said in Akai stream that they are from the UK, so I do have like a red bar with them. They had good sequences, but I couldn't see much more than that, but I just couldn't respond. Like I also responded the wrong way. They were fully committed, so they're used to the lag, and it's Jackie, so Jackie's gonna fully commit anyways. I just was kind of thrown by like going, oh wait a second, stuff is coming out late. So, but I know what to do, and I think next time we fight him, it'll be a better match. So yeah. Yeah, so, but you know, I don't mind fighting UK opponents. I love fighting Blessy. Like the way they play, they make like laggy not look laggy. It's so scary. Their guesses were on point. Their reads were good. Blessy is like so scary to fight, whatever the connection is. You know? Yeah, maybe only Australia's worse. You know, it's all good. Oh my gosh. Never take Haya lightly, especially first thing in the morning. They have like the most crazy morning energy ever. I had to head him off right away. And I need to see if the name is different because I don't remember Haya's Go being ranked 28, but I guess it doesn't play ranked. iFix Machine 2021. Okay. No, it's 38. Okay, cool. 38 is fine. Makes sense. Their skill is higher than that, but I mean, it just shows how much rank they play, just like me. I think my rank is better than 39. So you know, it's just that I don't play ranked. Excuse me, Jimmy. It's really good to see you. Yep, Jason's in here as well. I think they're doing good. Let's see. Oh, 2-2. Okay. Who did they? Okay. So they lost to DS Itty. Jason does play El Blaze as well, so that's maybe they have a bad connection to each other. They did lose to Numbers. Numbers has always been very strong, but Numbers has gotten stronger. So. And here we go. Killa is going to be the one who's probably going to win this. Always a favorite. So is Paul 6A DKMD. But I think Killa has the highest chance. And Paul has a good chance at getting number 2 and a chance at number 1. Alright, here we go. Fuka. Never. Okay, that's how bad I can. Yeah, also, Rockstar, the V6 is also frequently, semi-frequently, available on like IST Mall. And it's fine if you buy the V6 there. It's going to be the same build. It's going to be in Sundrik's preferred colors. Might not have the add-on options you want, but you can always get those on the group buys from Bettercade and other places. But yeah, it's good. All right, numbers. Throw. Gotta throw him when he does that. Nice weight. That weight always works against me, so I have to just commit. But it's scary to do that against them. Sorry, I had to hit the wall. Something was rocking against the wall. Yes, good round. That was a good round. Thank you. Nice chase. Good game numbers. Oh, thank you very much, Jimmy. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So, numbers was giving me hell when he did the up close boxing against me. You know, that was really hard. I was like, I can't crack him when we're doing that both. So, it's good. I need to improve. It shows me where I need to improve on that. Alright, dollar yen, here we go. Very nice. Very nice. Always gotta be careful with that. Good game, dollar yen. That played out a lot better than last time too. So you really caught me on a lot of stuff, especially in the neutral range. Godfist, so good to see you. How have you been doing? Hope you've been doing well, Godfist. Yeah, Kill is like gonna be winning this thing. Like, I have to beat them and not lose any other games, and I have a good chance of losing against Paul. This is gonna be really hard. It's hard. I think Kill is gonna be first, and Paul and I are gonna fight for second. So I'm gonna do my best to take first, but damn it, it's gonna be hard. Like really, really hard. I also expect Kill to have a strong plan against me this week, so we'll see. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. Have you been playing much of anything, or just been, family and stuff? Jimmy, thanks a lot. I like to have the challenger mentality when I play, so But it is my honest estimation. Paul has a good read on me, and the way they use Akira is very difficult for me. So I always have to take it very seriously against Paul. But yes, if I can beat both Paul and Kill I think I'll win this thing. And that's the goal. It's really hard. I do also expect Kill to have a very strong plan against me today. But let's see. Let's see. Thanks. I will work on the punish. Punish is my weak point though. But that's I'll work on it. Yep, that was the Kill plan. Very nice. So Kill definitely has a plan now. Their throw pattern was basically built on what they've been watching me do. The opening also was a good choice. I'm buffering too late. Okay. Alright, let's see how this goes. Neutral throws. Yeah, they're a punish master. The evade did not come out. Yep. Nice punish for that sequence. Got distracted by the cheers, but it was good. Good stuff. Very good game, Killer. That was a lot of fun. Kill's gonna win this thing. That was a really good fight. I had Kill came up with a very strong plan against me, and I think that was really good. And so I think I countered some of it, but I'm looking for more. I hope they play more leagues, but I think they usually leave after one win. So yeah, it was really close. Yeah, so they finally got their revenge though, because I have a win streak against Killa in league, and I think they finally broke that streak. So it's really good. They had a lot of wins early on when we first played against each other in league, and then the last maybe 3 leagues I've been winning those battles. But yeah. Yep, that was my fault. Always escape back throw when there's back to ring out. Also, just don't put yourself in the position to get rung out. So, if you don't have the ring out, but that was good. Very good, Punker. Very good. Okay. That was good. Awesome opening. Yep. Good game, Punker. Oh, I'm out of contention. That was good game, Punker. Really good. Congratulations. Excellent fight. Excellent fight. He's doing really, really good. That was awesome. Thank you very much, Punker. That was a good fight. Good punishing my options. Let's see. Yeah, kills on a 9-0. Did they get Paul too? If punishment is good against Akira, you know, Kill is gonna punish the hell out of Paul's Akira. Paul's 6-2. Setsuna, awesome. Setsuna's on their way. Okay. Okay. It's not that easy to punish Akira now. I always forget that double palm is actually punishable, and all you have to do is hold forward and do a PK. And KK can work. You can, so Leon can hold forward and do KK. Yeah, I need to punish that more, because there's a lot of, like, you know, they need to check if they're gonna do double palm, or yeah, they need to check. Yeah. That Jason elbows Leon is very good at the side turn game, and I like. There's a lot for me to learn in their side turn game. Is it 15? Okay, but it's just range, right? Yeah. Do I have the range for the? So it's minus 15, so I can do 3 PK PK. Okay. 4-4K is way too hard to do because you have to like pre-buffer it. But sometimes the Akiras do it in a predictable place, so you can prepare. You can be like, So you have plus 20 if you evade. Okay, yeah, if you evade it early, yeah. But even if you evade late, got quite a bit. All right, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be really tough. So we'll see what happens. Jason is very difficult for me to fight against. So that was nasty. That was good. Oh my god, okay. We have a rough connection. Like, I couldn't even do... This is a rough connection. Yeah. I don't know if I can evade on this connection, so... Yeah, I agree with you, Jimmy, on the double palm. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, good game. We're both dealing with lag, but that was crazy. Thank you for the battle, Jason. It's been a long time. I'm glad we got to fight again. It was a good fight. I enjoyed that fight very much. It was very stressful. Always stressful against Jason because both of us like to gun for each other. You know? But sidekick is such a powerful move for Leon, just because you get, that's Leon's way of getting Nitaku. So, and then, and that it's 21 damage, so it's really good against rising attack. If you learn if you get used to the timing, it's really, really good against rising attack. So. Alright, Setsuna is really good, so let's do it. Whew. Let's do this, my friend. My buffer's bad. Oh, I thought I got the hop on that. That was really good, Setsuna. Yep. I know who he is, yeah. Man, backdash didn't even work. Good. Oh, nice, ring out. Yeah, we chat a lot. I chat with him almost every night. Needs to use more throw. Yeah. Good game, good round, good round. Good, use more throw. Very good game. That was an awesome game, Setsuna. Thank you very much. That was really good adaptation, very good using more throw. That was what you needed to do, and you did that in the third round. Like, he really, really did good starting to throw more, and that was good. Good battle, my friend. Man, Kill It is 11-0, plus 23. Look at that. Good. I always lose to that. Alright, thank you for the battle, King of Carnage. Nice fight, always good. J Rockstar, again, thanks for the cheer. I appreciate it a lot. Really appreciate your support in here. And any questions you have about VF, I'm also happy to answer, private or in public. So, awesome. I'm glad that you're getting into Korean Lovers. It's really fun. It is quite it's an addictive hobby for me. You know, I've been playing fighting games since the beginning, since Karate Champ. And anytime there was a type of fighting game came out that I saw, I played it. And I've always used the Samo JOF for about 22 years now. But I got hooked on the whole lever community, on the whole lever hobby, arcade parts hobby, only about 10 months ago. So it's been crazy. All it took was me deciding that I wanted to modify and try mixing and matching parts on my Victrix, and that got me hooked. And then when I messed with the golden lever, I really got hooked. So yeah, alright. Look at that. Yes, this is the blaze. Really? I didn't have the frames to do 6K. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's only +2. It's only +2 after that sequence. Yeah, don't do timing traps on somebody that's going to attack a lot. Well, please manage your budget, my friend. Do not spend more than you can, and you can enjoy the videos to enjoy the stuff vicariously, but definitely I don't want to lead people to the path of ruin, but I do want people to enjoy and appreciate the stuff. So view looks are awesome. Yeah, I will say this, all hobbyist scenes, all passionate pursuits, they do all have drama. So yes, sidestep the drama if you can. Drama happens. And in hobbies, we're very passionate. It's something we really care about. So we have an emotional attachment that brings us in. And so there's definitely an emotional aspect to all parts of it. And we can get, especially in arcade parts, you can get very opinionated, you know, and and everyone has different priorities. Like competitive players might over prioritize performance, right? And then when someone has a favorite lever, they want everyone to believe that that's the best lever for everyone, you know. So it's a fun thing, but that's hobbies for you. But yeah, we don't need time for drama. Just appreciate. Say, hey, I love the stuff. You love the stuff. We're good. um, I don't know. The hard part about doing sponsors is I don't expect to have sponsor, but the hard part about that is just um, is if people trust you less if that happens, and I want people to know that I'm very honest with my assessment on everything. I do take a positive spin, but that's not like manufactured. That's because that's the best way to look at what are things good for, what are the good use cases, and then definitely if there's a really bad use case, definitely highlight that. So yeah. I always fall for that. Alright, Blaine. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see. I can't do it. I don't mind the hitbox, but I wouldn't do the hitbox sponsorship. It's like the last thing. Everyone would like that's like a definite sellout if I did that. Only because it's not what I mainly use. Well, if you're gonna be a professional, especially professional gamer, there is no other path. You have to get an endorsement deal. You need someone to sponsor you because there's just not enough money at the moment. I think Matcherino is one solution, one of many parts of the puzzle. Something like Matcherino where you can get the fans for the tournament to donate, and you can have a quote unquote whale strategy where the rich guys that are fans can contribute and say, hey, I want to help these guys. But the main money is sponsorship. It just doesn't work without it at the moment. Japan is getting used to it, but their players are at least getting sponsorships because it's hard. Before it, they weren't even getting prize money at tournaments, right? They were just winning for honor. So, yeah. Other fighting game or games that you like? I like a lot of games in different categories, right? The hard part for me with fighting games is I love a lot of fighting games, but I love VF so much that anytime I want to play a fighting game, I just want to play VF. That's the hard part. And I'm not the only VF player that has that situation. Other fighting games are amazing. They're all good at different stuff, but Virtua Fighter you get addicted to the flow of this game because it's very rapid paced. It doesn't show in the here. It's in the playing. There's this ridiculously rapid pace. I thought I would have evaded that one. Okay. So with Paul, there is a funny thing about these. Okay. That was awesome. I am so happy there's a lot of Akira players now. Good. Good game, Paul. Very good game. I believe they're working on another VF game, but they do need community support to keep working, to keep seeing that investment, which is hard. But the community is very passionate, and the Japanese community is very active, but there's a lot they can do. But let's hope they do it, and let's hope they do it right. Let's hope they build something like a quest mode that keeps people always playing, even if they're single player fighting game players. Because quest mode is something like quest mode is amazing, because quest mode was so good. It was a way, and it was something where you just kept unlocking costume parts. I got second. That was so much fun. All right. Yeah, look at Kill la Kill. I had the perfect run. Perfect run, VF. Perfect run in League. 50, like, they are 30 and 0. I've never seen 30 and 0 ever, right? That's stupid good. That means that they had 30 more round wins than losses. Congratulations, Kill la Kill. Holy cow. Congratulations on breaking my streak against you. And that was amazing. So I believe they will make a great new VF. I really believe it. Okay. So hey, that was an awesome league. Congratulations, Kill la Kill. A perfect run. 30 and 0 also. 30 more round wins than losses. That is insane. So congratulations, Kill la Kill. Amazing play as always. Did not let me win this time. I had so much fun. I liked our battle very much. Also, everyone else, that was really good times.
Alright, yeah, congratulations second.
Thank you very much.
So thanks again for those who play in the league. We'll start the timer now for the second league of the day. Those who can continue to play, please do so, and those who can't, thanks for playing. Password is 0911.
I'm gonna take a quick drink, Akai, and it'll just be really fast.
I'm gonna get things ready for you. Okay. Alright, hey, welcome Shisha. Let me go post these things all over the place. Every time I try something new, like right now with the Twitch chat and everything, Hey, welcome Himajean. Thanks for joining. It's been a while.
I thought you meant you drank all of the yogurt.
So we have 5 matches before we start the second league of the day.
Alright, so what topic are we on this first intermission?
We're going to be going over just the recent events and stuff, but I'm just still doing some, fulfilling some required administrative stuff, I guess, before I start. Just get that done. Okay, that's correct. Okay, actually, I'll just start with this is list the things that have been going on. So this first session of the day, we will usually go over what's happening. So for this week on September 9th, we had the bi-weekly Railway Series, which is the VF5 relationship 3-on-3 team tournaments.
Let's see.
And that team that won it was Erin Zay, which is a team made up of Densetsu SP, Bargo, and Rare Royale. 2 John players and Go. We also had yesterday the KDQ online tournament hosted by the Colorado group. Tricky won that, followed by Tenguman, and Dusty Coleman got 3rd place. Then there was also a neat event hosted in Japan, which was basically like an 18 versus 18 team tournament. One side was the Kage players. We went with the Shinobi no Sato, Shinobi no Sato, I think that's how we pronounce it, versus Hawkfield. The Kage team won. Let's see. You know what? So that's all that I have for what has already have happened. Upcoming events. Well, we have the Tokyo Game Show coming up in the latter half of this week. We also have on September 23rd, there will be a 2-on-2 VFES ladies tag tournament for Japan. Challenge Cup qualifier is in October 1st. As mentioned last week, the Zodiac Cup 3-on-3 tournament hosted by you. And then I just learned that there's at the Defend the North tournament in that's in New York, I believe, right?
Yes, New York, and a lot of that tournament's going to be on PC.
Okay. The Retro Fine Guard Festival is there will be that will be at Defend the North. So VF5 Ultimate Showdown will be present. That's in
Awesome.
October 21st to 23rd. And then NEC 22 is in December. So that's all I have for what I have written on my cheat sheet. Do you have anything else to add?
For events, not much. I mean, just that, yeah, those events in Japan are exciting. I'm really looking forward to watching Challenge Cup. I usually watch that on Shidosha's stream because Shidosha will do like a watch party, and so it's a lot of good times, especially because Shidosha always has like wild commentary. And then I'm really, like I did watch the KDQ Rocky Mountain Cup, and that was awesome. Exciting battle, especially because Tenguman knocked Tricky into losers bracket. So, and it was a really exciting battle. And then so a lot of people are wondering like how that grand final will play out if Tricky climbs back up, right, to the end of the losers bracket. So that was an exciting battle. And also before that, there was a really cool event they did. I caught it late, but they had a session where, and it looked like they were playing tournament format, and they had Kingo from France in there, and Kingo won it. Kingo versus Bushido in the end. It was very exciting to watch. So just so much good Saturday VF. This was on KDQ stream before the Rocky Mountain Cup.
Oh, okay.
And so it was earlier in the day. So I actually thought it was the Rocky Mountain Cup, but it looked like it was just a fun session they were doing. But it was very serious. Bushido was a bit down because Kingo's Aoi with that laggy connection was just like such a beast. But we know that Kingo is a beast, period, offline and online. So
yeah, one of the strongest players in Europe. So.
Yeah, one of the very best in Europe, and it's just I've heard so many stories of Kingo, and watching how they play with an EU-US connection was just, for me, it was admirable because they do a lot. They set up a lot of bufferable situations and reading situations. It was really good stuff. And Bushido played awesome, actually. Bushido played way better than he felt. So it was awesome. Bushido is becoming very, very strong. And so that said, that's good, and I'm happy. Defend the North is going to have VF like over there. That is wonderful news. So, man, we've got We've got New Jersey and we've got New York in December having huge VF tournaments.
So I haven't seen a lot of events in the west coast or western side of US. Is it not as active no more?
Repeat that question. I'm sorry, I missed part of it.
Events in the west side of North America.
So in the West Coast we have a funny thing, right? We have some players that play early in the day, and we have also players that play like super late night, because some of our demographic skews kind of Asian, not like half of it, and a lot of the Asian guys do follow the pattern of Asian husband or having an Asian wife, where you wait until everyone's asleep before you play. And so that's why we have a lot of people that play like 11 p.m. until like 4 a.m. on the West Coast, you know. So,
okay.
And so we fight against people from the East Coast that like wake up super early or come home super late from work, and then we sometimes fight against Hawaiians that finish work at like 8 or 10 o'clock on their time, and are like joining us our super late time. So yeah. So the West Coast is a very interesting dynamic, and it's kind of made it hard for us to do events or online events. For our tournaments, we tend to focus spring and summer. So there is going to be a VF major, a major tournament that has VF in north of Seattle, Washington, and that's the Fight Kingdom event in May, and I'm hoping to set up a VF gathering with that. So yeah, and then I don't know what it is about Vancouver, Canada, but it's hard to set up events there. I don't know why. So it's just demographic or something. So yeah.
So we have 2 more matches before we start the second league of the day. Password 0911. This is for North America region. So we got right now 11 people in the room. I'm glad to see people coming back. This time we have Himajean coming in, Jake Jun from the Northwest. Live close to you, right, Chanchai?
Yes, he's in Seattle. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like 3.5 hour drive for me. Yeah.
Okay. Sisha.
I think Sisha is from Southern California, but I'm not sure. I think so.
Yeah, I think he's a friend of Shitefire, right?
Yes, I think they met offline, and Shitefighter got them in the VF, and I really do want to coach Scope Doge soon. Yeah. Yeah, Himajean is in Toronto, Canada. Somebody asked me that on my stream.
Oh, okay. So
and you go ahead. Sorry.
I already forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry, somebody on my stream was asking about. They were surprised that there's Seattle events, and I'm like, actually, there's quite a bit, but the thing is, they are coming from New York City, and East Coast just has huge population density. So the probability of getting a cluster of players for the same game is just higher on the East Coast, because in the West Coast things are so spread out. And I assume the Midwest, things are spread out, but St. Louis is a very strong concentration, though. Traditionally, Chicago, too.
Yeah, we have one more match. I'm sorry. We have one more match, and we'll start the second league. And I'm just going to now get the trigger thing ready. So, let's see. So I see that you've been you have been getting more time to play VF during the week now.
Yeah, I do. Well, I'm still figuring it out, but I'm semi-retired. I'm like retired from restaurant ownership. I still do some administrative work for 3 restaurants, but that's very part-time. And I have a lot of house projects that my wife has been wanting done for a while, so we're working on that now. But I'm hoping that between that I have a lot more VF time, and I am planning to maybe do some development work, like help some players with some coaching or tutoring, and maybe even it'll go into our topic later. But I'm toying with different ideas, like possibly a midweek league that has that's level capped, and I have to test the skill of the player to make sure that they're not that we're not like bullying in there, you know. So yeah, but bullying's not a problem. I want this open league to always happen. We'll talk about that in the next segment. But I love this format. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I was going to spend time during the second intermission to just. So when I started to think about just what I was how to run the events on Sunday, I came up with a lot of ideas. Most of them, it's most likely not pan out, but it's good to have a lot of ideas and choose and pick the one that works well.
I'm really excited to hear about that. I'm going to be in listening mode during the next intermission because I really want to hear about your thought process, but also what different criteria and pretty much what you're going to say. So I'm looking forward to that very much. As somebody who has organized events too, I obviously have my own takes, but that's later. But I really, but I'll preface that by saying that I love this league very much. It's highlight of my week. So.
All right, guys, we're going to begin the league now. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck. All right, here we go.
Use the chance to handle
So West Coast has always had strong players, but they're very spread out because of the way the West Coast is. And then in like the most popular of fighting games, it also had a dispersion problem, but it always had concentrations in like Los Angeles, kind of in the Bay Area, especially around Southern Hills Golfland. But even then, that scene is small compared to a lot of East Coast scenes, right? Even at the peak time, I would go visit Chanchai, and it is like not the same as like an East Coast scene. East Coast ruled arcades because of population density. Yeah, well, Seattle is like the biggest one because there's the Seattle Freeze and there's a lot to explain the Seattle Freeze. I could have done any mid and won that, but that's okay. We are having a little bit of a lag, but it's all good. Renzo's up there. Renzo, Dennis, so 201. Yeah. Well, yeah, technically Adam Yuki is California, but we consider him New York. We know Adam's heart is in New York. He's from New York, so we always consider Adam Yuki a New York guy. But he has been living in LA for like 10 years. So, but yeah, hey Ingrid and Mass, it's good to see you. Really, really good to see you. Yeah. So yeah, with West Coast, it's always been a problem of just the way the West Coast is set up. You know, Los Angeles is an example of a city that was built to accommodate cars, so it kept building more and more highways, made them wider and wider. You have freeways that have exits within exits. Wait, like you want to go from one freeway to another, you'll take this exit, and during that exit you'll take another exit, and that will take you to the other freeway. Then a mile later you're taking another exit to get onto another freeway. Like it's insane. It's so spread out. You live 20 minutes apart, but it takes you 2.5 hours to get there in heavy traffic. You know, so West Coast, like LA is where the population density works against it. It doesn't have like a subway system, you know, and so it makes stuff. And then on top of that, their internet is not as good. Like too many, huge density, but not built for that density. Crazy Drunk. Crazy Drunk is now in my opinion, Crazy Drunk has risen to be very, very much around the same tier as Renzo. Y2D is definitely somebody that I want to see more. I wish they can go to offline tournaments because I want to see how they do in that. But you know that I have a high opinion of Y2D, but I want to, and I believe that they're stronger offline than online, 100%. So this is why I think Y2D is a player a lot of people sleep on, but he definitely, if he can make it to events, then we have more metrics. Yeah, California internet's a big problem. Part of it is just a lot of people in California are maybe by no choice are on cable internet. If more players are able to get on fiber optic, it's probably a different situation. But there's still like these gaps, like somewhere in Arizona or New Mexico, the line goes bad, right? Somewhere, and that's why Texas to California like sucks. And then, but sometimes LA to other parts are pretty good, but it's kind of a mix. It's just that it has high population density with a poor infrastructure, you know, and that's a bad combination, right? Asian megalopolises have powerful infrastructure built for the high population density. California does not for internet. So yeah. Crazy Drunk is from California. Here's the thing about Crazy Drunk. They sometimes you'll see them like get first place and second place on East Coast tournaments on the worst connection. They play amazing. They play like superb. They will play on any connection. They'll privately complain. They're introverted, so they're not going to complain in public that much. But I've watched them like win tournaments with like rough connections. But I play them a lot offline, and I know how like they're so strong. And I think they're now at them and Renz, like they're at Renzo's level now, and so it's like those two are very strong together. So yeah, California internet, man. But then Seattle has another thing. So Seattle Freeze, I was going to talk about Seattle Freeze. If you go, you'll have friends from Seattle that might say, "Hey, I'll come see you," but if you like go out there and you go to like downtown Seattle and tell them you're in downtown Seattle, you might not. They might flake out on you. Part of that's because it sucks going to Seattle itself. It's better to hang out around outside Seattle. The traffic is pretty bad. I do personally like Seattle, but you have to kind of learn this aspect about Seattle. It sucks because you will feel like, especially if you're coming from New York, you will feel like they flaked out so hard on you that you have no understanding why. They're not going for the cheap low. Okay. They went for a throw, actually. I thought I would have hit them. Okay. Yeah, everywhere but Seattle itself. Like, that's the rule. What the hell is that? Yes, that's exactly it. So yeah. When you go to New York, here's the rule. If you need directions, it's okay to ask someone for directions, but don't waste your time. If you don't understand the first time, say thank you, go to the next guy and ask them for directions. But don't ask the same guy directions twice because you'll just piss them off in New York, because the rule for New York, don't waste their time, you know? So, rule for Seattle, don't ask your friend to suddenly meet you up in downtown Seattle. Like, plan it, put it on their planner. Understand, they might be rich, they might live in a mansion, they're not driving into Seattle. They're going to take public transportation into Seattle. They're going to go do a park and ride. Even if they're rich, even if they have a mansion, even if they've got 5 cars, they're going to do that. So man, yeah, so but yeah, Seattle's a funny one. So, but a lot of people have gone to Seattle, called their friend, and it's like, hey, I'm in, like, where are you at? Yeah, I'm in downtown Seattle. Did you want to hang out today? And then they're like, nah, not today. And you're just like, what the hell is up with that? You know, so. That's not a, well, yeah, that's not too bad of a way to put it. So, it's a very, actually, that's a pretty interesting saying. That's a very interesting saying. But there is this part of it, yeah. Well, and then SoCal and NorCal have their own cultures too. Yeah. No, I know it's not your words, and it's actually a very interesting way to put it. So, yeah, I'll admit, I prefer driving in San Francisco over driving in Seattle. Both have hills, both are frustrating, but Seattle has like a lot of blind hills, and actually the story for how Seattle has those hills is pretty hilarious. You know, that because Seattle is actually a city built on top of an old city. It is a city that's built on top of an old city. The original Seattle is actually kind of subterranean. It's built with like the sewage lines at like ceiling level for the buildings. It's insane, and you can take a tour of underground Seattle to see this. You know, and basically the first Seattle was built on a bad idea, and the second Seattle was a correction by just literally building on top of it. The matches are nutty, Machine. Hiya, it's awesome to see you, and I'm glad you're here. Come on, Jake Jung, you've got this. I love fighting with Jake Jung. I love hanging out with him too. Jake is awesome. And just recently explained to Jake Jung what teabagging is, so, and where it came from. I also showed him the movie clip from the movie Pecker. I said, hey, John Connor is the reason, he's the first person to photograph teabagging in a movie. So, you know. Good job, Jake John. Keep it up. Yeah, that tour for Seattle is in downtown Seattle. It's not hard to find, but look up. There's a tour of it. It's interesting. What's really funny at the end of the tour of Seattle is there's a photograph of a lot of seamstresses, and it's like from the 1800s, and one of the seamstresses is one of the seamstresses is you know, is different. So it's great. I dropped inputs on... I didn't drop input. I botched inputs a couple times. Good game. Good game, Akai. Man, I really love fighting Jake's Lao. We have, like, now we have, like, a lot of strong Laos. Like, I really love fighting Combo Experts Lao also. If you play long sets with Combo Expert, they make really good adjustments, and it's, like, really good stuff. So Jake Jung, Combo Expert have been giving me so much awesome Lao. And I do plan to fight C Money very soon. I love fighting C Money. We only played a year ago, but I really want to fight C Money because they're one of the people that I really love fighting against as well. So yeah, very oppression session. Hope you're doing good, Bigfoot Prof. Bigfoot Professor? No, Bigfoot Prophecy, right? So yeah. All right. Looking forward to seeing you back, Nova. Thank you very much for participating in the chat. It's made it very lively, and I appreciate it. Yeah, I really love C Money's Lao also. Hello to you too. Man. Nice. Yes, we need it, and I have told C Money I'm very grateful for a lot of what they've done, because they kept providing content for Virtua Fighter, and good content too. I'm not, yeah, I'm really grateful for it. Good game, Numbers. Good game. I was trying to get evades off in that last sequence. I know some of that's guaranteed, so I'm not trying to evade those. But there were parts where it's like he's guessing the correct way. That was really good stuff. Really, really good battle. Awesome battle, Numbers. But I need to get used to those evades. So glad that Himajean's in here. Yes, Numbers late phase is such a beast. I love it. His knowledge so good, and sometimes too good. Knowledge is really good, but you need to also rein it back in with the core of mix-up sometimes. And sometimes now, and just like optimal is really, really good as long as it doesn't get yomied, right? As long as you keep the mix-up itself as optimal too. And so that's a tricky balance, no pun intended. Tricky does a good job of it, but it's like learning the best option, you also have to keep learning the best alternative, and understanding whether the alternative and the best make a perfect mix-up or not. If it doesn't make a perfect mix-up, you need a third option. You know, because otherwise you're not mixing it up. You're leaving the room open for an answer to it, for an answer to both. Holding still is always good against me. Just because I have conditional damage. Like Leon has conditional damage. And what that means is I need the opponent to do something to do a lot of my damage. Good game. Good game, Satsuna. Oh, Tricky is an amazing player. Very, very amazing player. Tricky has also, just like I said, C-Money kept making content for this game at all points of Final Showdown. And it's more beneficial to them to actually keep doing Tekken content, but they kept making VF content, and that means a lot, right? Tricky also kept making content, tutorials too, but on top of that, Tricky kept competing and traveling to tournaments and posting about them. The most important part is posting about them. Virtua Fighter has a scene, and in North America, a lot of VF players are very introverted, or at least they're not as active on social media, they're not as active out there. So it's easy to kind of only see a few people. But we actually have quite a few players, we have a good scene, but a lot of players are pretty private, you know, and so it's just the way it is. And a lot of them are introverted, so they don't like. Tricky is like the loudest personality we have, and C-Money is one of the loudest personalities we have, and so I'm very grateful for them because they put a spotlight on VF, you know. So yeah, I mean, nothing to be guilty about being introverted. I think it's wonderful. I'm introverted too, but I developed an extrovert persona working in restaurants since I was 12. So it's part of my professionalism and presentation, but at my nature, I am actually very introverted. But I've learned how to turn on a switch and be like extrovert persona, you know. But I'm still not fully extrovert, so that sometimes works against me on some things too. Used to. I just retired just a week ago. Or 2 weeks ago, technically. But it's not full retirement. I plan to start a new career in a couple months. I have no idea what it'll be, but... And I am doing some work still part-time. Couldn't get that evade. That was really good though. He delayed it long enough that I could. That's okay, I've got answers. Yep, he was just waiting for it. Okay. You'll still be able to, if when you come down to Portland, let me know. I will take you to it's places that still use my mom's recipes, and I'll take you to really nice places that do that. So, and you'll get to enjoy. We'll get to enjoy it together as guests, which is even better. Okay. Thank you so much, Nelly. Good to see you. That was so good, Jake. Oh my god, Jake, this is so awesome. I evaded the wrong way. Really good game. That was a really good game. If I evaded the right way, he would have died. But I evaded the wrong way. That's really good. Man, yeah, I would love to take you out, Rockstar. You know, add me on other social media or send me a message on Twitch, but I don't read the Twitch messages often. You can add me on PlayStation Network as well. You can see my handles Chanchai, capital C. But yeah, always happy. Hell, LD Walls, good to see you. Let's see, what did the click? Was it a emoji? Was that an emoji? And Nelly asked about the restaurant too. Nope. Yep, Pacific Northwest boys. Yeah, so yeah, I sold the restaurant. I've been spending a lot of time training the new owners, but now the new owners now want to kind of, you know, do like, I need to like let them, give them space, let go of the restaurant, let them do, trust them. And so I'm getting used to that now. Yeah, but they are running it as a Thai orchid. So they are running it as a Thai orchid, and so there's 3 Thai orchids, right? And I was only running one of them. So they're gonna run it as a Thai orchid. They're still using their recipes, and I still, you know, I left behind a really good staff to take care of them. So we're good. So I will treat you to Thai orchids. I can't treat a whole group, you know, unless I paid for it all, but that was good. Very good, went to neutral. Oh man. Good. Nice playing. I was hoping that would be enough. It's a long story. Not a long story, it's complicated. But what I will say is this. I'm in my 40s now. When you're in your 20s and 30s, you should definitely follow ambition, because you'll regret not following ambition. So you got to try, be the best you can be, try to build a path for you. But I'm in my 40s now, and I did a great job, but it was time to think about maybe potentially moving forward. And the decision I made had more to do with family. It was, my daughter's 10 now, she's going to be 13 soon. I would like to spend more time with my daughter, because after COVID, there's a lot of rebuilding to do and just a lot of hard work ahead. And I can do it. I know I can do it. But I'm going to be working my butt off for like 3 years to get it to where it needs to be. In 3 years, my daughter will be 13, and she's not going to want the guidance of her father anymore. In America, once you're a teenager, it's your friends and it's the world around you. So if I'm going to lay any foundation, it's going to be now. So I'd like, and so someone asked me, well, okay, what would you say in a job interview? And I was like, well, I'm a hard worker and I have no problem doing management, and I'm willing to work the extra hours. I'm willing to work long hours even, but there's a big difference between the long hours and extra hours and 24/7, and the restaurant ownership was 24/7. So that was one. Another one is I was in a position where the relationship with me and my parents were getting worse and worse. And if I pursued continuing doing restaurant, it was actually, I was going to have to be pretty ruthless and take advantage of their love by like using resources to help me recover from COVID, you know. But also because during COVID, I prioritized taking care of my staff, and that was good. I'm proud that I did that, but it came at a cost, right? It put the restaurant in a more vulnerable position where I needed to ask for more help from my parents. And so if the path that was ahead based from my parents' actions and then my own actions after that, I was in a position where if I was willing to continue, but I was going to have to be a bit ruthless, and that was going to worsen my relationship with my parents. And so I didn't want to do that. I mean, I was willing to if my wife told me that she wanted to keep doing this. But when we had to talk about it, she kind of came to see how I was feeling about it. And so, I mean, I'm not giving the details on why it's like that. I'm just saying, but I found myself in that kind of a position. But through this whole year, I've been debating about, you know, like moving on from it. And one of the two things that I felt about if I quit doing restaurants, or if I quit doing restaurant ownership, and that was one, what I told you about my daughter and my kids. That I wanted to be a part of their lives more. And if you do restaurants, you kind of understand what that means. If you're, you know, two, if I moved on from restaurants, I would like to improve my relationship with my parents, because it's not terrible. It's just that it's in a point where we don't really like to talk much to each other. I just kind of bring the grandkids over, because they worry about me, but the only topic they want to talk about then is the restaurant, and I don't want to talk about the restaurant because I got to make my own choices and decisions, and I don't want to fight about every single one of those, right? So I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. So it's like I was ready to lay the sword on my family, on my parents, but you know, but that's going to be a worse relationship. And so when I talked to my wife about it, I said she understood, and she also understood that going forward this way, we have a better relationship with them. I also know that my mother's legacy is intact because there are 3 amazing Thai Orchid restaurants that she built that are still performing very well, and including the one that I ran, and they're all in good hands. And so I can be at peace with that, right? I can just, okay, I don't need to protect the legacy. It's running well, it's doing well, and the future's bright. So yeah, so that is, yeah. So thanks for hearing my story, you guys. I hope that worked out for you guys, and I hope it makes sense. But yeah, yeah. Man, I got to catch up on the chat and what everybody said too while I was giving my spiel. All right, Himajean, here we go. I love fighting Himajean. He's gonna destroy me, but I love fighting Himajean. And the connection today is a green bar. It's awesome. All right. Very nice. Cheers for you, LD Wells. Cheers for you, man. I'm gonna get totally wrecked by the Himajean. This is good. I see. Gotta do frame tight. Himajean's like, you gotta play frame options, Chanchai. Oh, that's so good. Thank you very much, Himajean. He's like, you cannot 1-1 me. Man, back fist beat it. Good game. Good game, Himajean. And that was a lot of fun. Himajean went 10-0, 26. Himajean, yeah, but it's different from fighting 15 people. So 26 is such an amazing number. That was really good. It's really, really good. 7. Nope, numbers should get this. Numbers should get this. Numbers will have 8 too. So numbers will be second place. And I will be third, I think. Right? Numbers, if numbers wins, it will be. If numbers wins, it will be. I will be third place. It will be second. Beat Knuckle is really good, but it's okay. Now I think Himajean's Jackie and I is now 1-1. so, but it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be 50-50 after this. He's gonna destroy me from now on. But it's gonna be fun fighting him. And I do need to play like basics. Like he's forcing me to play basic boxing VF, which is really hard for Leon, but it's very good still. All right, congratulations Numbers on second. Congratulations Himajean.
All right, congratulations to Himajean, Numbers, and Chanchai. Finish the top 3.
And, well, that was really fun. I'm really glad Numbers and Himajean, you and Jake, John, Elbow, everyone was here. That was a good league. That was a good league. I had a blast.
Yeah, I apologize to anyone. I think I might have some internet issues. Seems like most of the matches I'm playing against the person.
I think today's one of those days. This weekend, there's a lot of forest fires this weekend. Oh, so, okay. Like in my area, we're on danger air right now. We're on yellow zone. So it's not the red zone we were in 2 years ago, where for a whole week, like nobody could leave their house. But we've got a lot of forest fires in the West Coast. So.
Okay. Oh, so are you also experiencing some latency issues here and there, more than normal?
A little more than normal. A little more than normal. But actually really good with Himajean today, so, you know. Go figure. Maybe right, Toronto's like, bring on the the fires.
So we'll do start the time for the last league of the day. In 5 matches before we begin. Password is 0911. And with that, and just get some other details and things posted out. This done here. Jason's going back to Leon. I think he played Leon first league, right? And then second league changed to Blaze.
Jason Elbow usually plays Leon, but he does play Blaze. Blaze is like his second character. Though our match was very weird because the connection was really rough between me and Jason. So like, and they were suffering from it like a lot. So.
Okay, almost done.
Yeah, hearts out to my friends on the West Coast that are dealing with forest fires and the smoke from forest fires. I hear that Seattle is also bad, just like Portland is right now, with like the sky being like you get to see like a yellow and a red sun, And if people that have asthma, they should stay indoors and drink lots of water. Anybody that's got asthma, drink water.
Mm. Yeah, I think forest fires has been more common. What's that means? Alright. So I think especially since last week, I reached the milestone of getting 16 players. And today we also got 16 players again. I thought it would be good to just talk about the different type of events I had got up before I even started keeping statistics of things. That was hard to say. Statistics.
Yeah.
So the reason I think the league format in the VF5 Ultimate Showdown is one of the best features it has. It actually makes large rooms feasible. It's basically like having 8 machines, so no one has to have their wait time. So when I decided to just make it called Open League, was first allow everyone an opportunity to play. You know, there's a lot of people I think have trouble getting into games sometimes because people want to make smaller rooms, and so the simultaneous play option and the availability to have everyone get matches people. I think most of the time people would rather play games instead of wait for their matches. So that's why I went with the Open League. But there were other, but it doesn't. There's some stuff that it might not be as good for. So that was basically for all the people who participate in the Open League. I kept a record, you know, of them playing in this league, and so we could actually basically like what you suggested doing was making leagues or developmental sessions for people at a certain rank. That's where I came up with the idea of minor league, major league, and star league. It's basically dividing up players based on their skill level. And so that's what I haven't actually posted out the information, but there was I've been like making little kind of player ratings based on how well they do in the leagues, which kind of depends on also who is playing in those leagues. So you could have a higher score based on if the competition is stronger or not.
Right.
So that way, I could like, oh, these are people who are still at a somewhat low novice level, and then those are people who could participate in the minor league.
Right.
So everyone has. The only issue with why I didn't choose to do that, and also the majors and all-star or star league, whatever I call it back then, is first it's hard to get people to commit to time, and we're not sure how many people will show up. And so I think earlier I tried to like just host something for beginners and stuff, and I had people didn't show up, so that's why I stick to the Open League. But maybe now that we have a more consistent people coming to play, that might be something to explore in the future again, a minor league.
Yeah, is that my cue here? Basically, I'll make it really quick. I really love the idea of a minor league, and I actually was planning to do one last year. That said, kind of like what you're already implying, a minor league needs an open league, right? It needs to be kind of like an extension of that in a way, only because there's always room for the open, and then you want to funnel people into the minor. And so that's what I was gonna do, was because at the time Chief Flash was doing his regular nights, and iFix Machine's doing his regular nights, so it made it a ripe environment to kind of have a development side to parallel the on a different day, with a different host maybe even, the main event, right, or the main open stuff. So yeah, I'll let you go. Yeah. I'll put the mic back to you.
No problem. The best thing is if any of these ideas or stuff is something that sounds good, just take it and run with it. You know.
Yeah, totally. Because one of the big problems, and I think you know this very well, is that doing it on the same host is like too much work for them, right? So it's like it's a lot. It's a big time commitment. Each one is its own commitment. The development league would be a huge commitment, and that's the reason ultimately. While I thought at first I could do it, I felt like I wouldn't do it a good service because it was going to run into consistency problems with my schedule. So yeah.
So the other thing that I wrote is that what was it? Let me go. Oh, faction war. So
I love those.
Again, I really want to see some team thing flourish in the North America. You know. But
yeah.
I understand that it might not work as how it works in Japan.
Right.
It's a great idea.
Did you see that on the events? Did you talk about Virtual Kazama next week is having a team tournament?
Yes, he's doing a 300 team tournament next Sunday, right?
Yes. So I think tournaments with a long promotion period is one good way for faction wars. Another good way I think is actually just doing fight cards, meaning like you schedule it 2 weeks in advance with somebody promoting it, but you have you'll have like maybe 3 team versus team battles that you're just going to focus on just those 3. The main event is the top card, then you've got like 2 undercards, and meaning like 2 events. So it's like we could be like Team Colorado versus Team St. Louis as one event, maybe even the main event. And then we also have like maybe 2 teams that were drafted and have committed to play. Because when you do this, a tournament, the challenge for the tournament is the commitment of all the players combined, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll let you go.
So the idea that I came up with the faction war, it's a tongue-in-cheek name, but it's just basically it's not this format that we see always in Japan, like 3-on-3 or what else.
Are you thinking of the character battles? The character
no, it's not. It's more of like, for example, like
the cities,
cities or what else, or like you have a faction of people that you play with, like your local scene maybe, you know. And so we'll just put a little tag, like somehow like the KTQ group, they have a Colorado group that has, kind of emphasize them. It's just basically, if I was to add now with the leagues, how we run the league.
Right.
It's just that everyone has a little tag of what faction you belong to. I belong with the Colorado group, or the Northwest scene and stuff. And so basically, we're just running league as normal, but I also have a little section basically. My St. Louis crew group,
Oh, I like that. Yeah. So this is a statistics group, is what you're talking about, right?
It's more of a statistic thing,
this is about statistics. You're just like, how's Portland, how's Northwest boys doing?
Basically, yeah. So it's not add extra work. Just more of I just need to just fight it.
It's just how we group. Yeah, it's just how you group the stats. I think that's really fun. I think that's a very, very fun thing. Yeah.
And so it helps maybe, promote, a little bit more like the local people to cheer on for each other, or to I can't like maybe 4 people of my faction can't show up, but I can show up, and then next week 4 of them can show up, so they help at the end of the year or end of the season or something, tally up, our faction contributed to the most and gained the most wins in the league or whatever else, something like that.
I think those are always fun. I really like that approach. I think that's an awesome idea.
Yeah, so no extra work except this. I had to make one more column.
Right. It's just you just need an additional spreadsheet that feeds the data from the regular spreadsheet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So. Yeah, and I think that sounds awesome, actually. I think it's a lot of fun. And I think that also gives people motivation, right? It's just a little nudge. Be like, hey, help your territory out, man, or help your group out,
So that might be something like maybe after the end of the 3rd quarter, implement that to see how many people's interested.
Yeah, you can do like a seasonal beta, right? Like a 1 season beta, and then it becomes a part of next year. But sorry, I'm not trying to hard commit you. Maybe I am, but I know that like life can change, and so there's always room. But yeah, but we can. But at least a beta can set up the future. Can set it up for the future.
I'm always open to try new games. Just always getting that just to lower expectations, just because you never know what's going to happen and how much work it actually is going to be.
Well, it's always good to do under promise and over deliver.
Yeah.
So.
That's why I thought of like 6 or 7 different type of events, and then just only did one. All right, we're starting the third league and the final league of the day. And I'll continue to finish talking about the different events that will start off afterwards.
All right, I'm excited for that. All right, good luck.
Got 10 people.
Boy, Himajean is in here with John. Holy cow! Come on, Jason Elbow, take a win off of Himajean.
Those watching the stream can participate and just want to try, please do.
Alright, let's try this opening against Akai. Very good. Kai's doing great. Okay, Nelly, I'll answer your question a bit later. Man, I'm gonna get smoked. Very long delay. Very long wait.
So, Chanchai.
I need to do. Yeah, there we go. Very good battle. Kai's doing great. Really, really good. Oh, good game. Good game, Akai. Good game.
Oh, I am sorry that I forgot to mute my
It was a very good game. Alright, so Nelly, what do we got here? So Nelly says, I have a question. When you're playing VF and your opponent continues to do the same things, even when you've shown them to a large extent that you have a consistent answer to what they're doing, do you become a bit frustrated with the lack of adaptation as the matches progress? This is a hard one. I personally don't, but I felt it from opponents. At the same time, those same opponents will sometimes be frustrated if they're losing a lot too. I personally don't get frustrated with it, but I do know that like it's sometimes it means it's up to the opponent, up to the player, but sometimes I have to do a lecture approach or walkthrough approach, and then we practice it. But it's still hard to do. It's really hard to do because a lot of things trigger what you do in a match, right? I'm proof of that. A lot of things trigger what I do in a match. There's a lot of impulses, a lot of way that we read the situation. And so fixing it is really hard. Fixing it isn't just knowing the answer. Fixing it, sometimes it is. Some players it is. I think with Nelly, you are a player where knowing the answer will you're actually able to fix it. Like, you're able to fix it pretty quick. A lot of people are not. A lot of people need to kind of be walked through the option. And so I have touched on this in a video before. And so what it is introducing the option and forcing them to get used to doing the alternative option. And once they're used to doing the alternative option, then getting them used to the mix-up, which could take a week. It could be a week later. Like, you have to get them used to doing the alternative answer first, and build the reflex to do the different answer. But then, thank you very much for the game, Fuka. And then you have to, then you can train them to muscle memory the mix-up. But that's what I found kind of works, but it's a slow process. Sometimes it's a homework assignment, like play AI each day for the next 7 days, and get yourself to do this other option so we can correct your previous option. And then we're not going to take away your old option, but we're going to teach you how to mix it up in the correct way. So I hope that makes sense if you're still in the chat. But that's how you help somebody recondition their action, because they're doing this on impulse. If they have no control over it, it's because they've trained themselves to do it. I have a PTSD. My PTSD is when I tech roll, I'm afraid of a low attack. And that's because, VF3 days, VF4 days, like, you just got killed if you couldn't block a low when waking up, And then now I'm traumatized by it, so people just get free mids, which are bigger damage, I'm starting to fix it only the past 2 months as I've been successfully fixing that. And part of that was just going AI and just get myself to just stand still, ukemi, and hold guard, and just keep doing it until it just became reconditioned, And then after it's been reconditioned and I know I can do that, then go ahead and reintroduce the mix-ups and the decision-making and turning it into a mix-up, into an option. So, yeah, so you got to retrain new muscles. And it takes a lot of work to do that. And you can't just say it, right? We've watched streams of Virtua Fighter players for over 10 years now, and they can't punish on-block stuff. And yelling at them to punish it doesn't do a thing. And you and I know that happened, like you would hear Hero. You got to punish that. You got to punish that. And players just couldn't do it, right? They do it if they fight an opponent that keeps doing that punishable thing. All right. Yeah, it's got the refresh for that. Let's play tighter VF. All right, Himajean, here we go. Oh my god, that's circular. Okay, got it. Good game. That was a lot of fun, Himajean. I need to do elbow. That was a really good game. So if somebody has trouble switching off of an option, again, it's going to be a long process of reconditioning a different option, introducing an alternative, training a new muscle. And then after that muscle's been trained and they can do that, then getting them to take it away from this thing that they have to do into kind of like a coin toss they can do, and then do either of those two options. Get them to disassociate wanting to do something. So you got to get the wanting to do something off of them. And that's hard to do. And then you've got to make it into, okay, it's just one thing I can do, or I can do that. When they can get to that point, they're going to be able to mix up and change their option better. Yeah. And that situation will be way more comfortable to them at that point. It's a lot of hard work, right? When you're training in martial arts, you learn all this stuff, and then you have to and then you get to a higher rank, and then you're learning a different way to apply the same technique, you know. And then you're sparring, and you're introducing it into your sparring, you know. And then VF is similar. So you have to understand there's a reason that it's stuck with that person, and just telling them, it doesn't help. Even showing them kind of doesn't help. It's got to be on their end that they're willing to make that change or see why they should change the option, and it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to persuade that. Okay. This lag's very hard, but we're both dealing with lag, so it's okay. We're both dealing with it, I know. Very good match, Jason. We both dealt with the lag, but it was still a very fun match with you, man. I look forward to fighting you more, man. So. I'm watching the Akai match versus Satsuna right now. It's pretty close. Alright, here we go. Thank you, Jason Elbow, for teaching me that. I'll teach Blurring how to deal with that charge attack. Nice. Very nice. Good throw. Very good, Blaine. Very awesome. That was good. That was so good. Alright. So the thing that he's got to learn is if he hits me with that, I tend to evade. So he's got to mix up throw. It's like it's almost a knee target situation. Throw is a pretty good option there against me. So yeah. Setsuna and Himajean are in the lead. Awesome. Very good. Very good game space time. You're improving in this matchup. You're really improving. Let's see here. Awesome. iFix Machine is also broadcasting this. Definitely recommend checking out their stream. Haya has always got the craziest takes, but he's so much fun. Pure love of the game, and has just been so amazing for the community. I'm so grateful and they've got events tonight too. I hope to play. I still got so much cleaning to do though that like I don't know. The problem with prime time is you're on full display. Everyone sees you playing, and sometimes if you've got other tasks to do, you feel guilty. So that's part of the complex. Alright, Sisha, here we go. Very good. I need to do that. Alright, thank you very much for the game, Sisha. Oh man, look at this. Alright, here we go, Haya. Thank you very much for the match. Alright, Satsuna, it's you and me in the next round. Let's do this, my friend. Gonna fight for number 2. Fight for second. Let's do it. Very good game, Haya. Let's keep fighting. But always fun fighting you, my friend. And as I told others, though, thank you very much for what you do for the community. Thank you for the love of the game. It's pure love of the game, man. Like you always say, play VF. So, let's play more VF. I hope to be playing in more Choya Cup soon. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's do this. This was an awesome round. Yeah, he's never gonna fall for that. Alright, Satsuna. It's awesome. Good game. Satsuna takes second place. Congrats. Alright, I got second. My bad. Yay, I still got second. I fixed it. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. That's good. Alright. That was a really fun league. Awesome battle, Kai. I think, yeah, you gave me a good beating. That was really good. I enjoyed the fight.
Oh, thanks. I'm sorry that I forgot to mute my mic. So
No problem at all. It didn't distract at all, so no worries. I enjoyed.
I guess
you were actually giving commentary with assuming that I could hear you, so it was good. You know, so.
Let me just get this stats now. Again, thanks again everyone for playing. that is the last league for the day. If you guys wish to continue to play in the room, please do so. I'll be doing this again the next 2 weekends. I'm quite sure I'll be doing this again. But the first weekend of October, I will not. I have some prior arrangements. No problem, Ask Live. Thanks for watching the stream. Let's see. Okay, so we just get some matches going. Okay. So yeah, I'll just finish off with describing some of the different other leagues that was trying to do. Let's see, where's the last one? Hey, alright. Okay. Oh, so I went over the minor, major, and star faction war. The other one was the kind of tongue-in-cheek name, Aya Tetsujin.
Oh.
So for those who don't know, Tetsujin is the name that they gave to the really strong players back in during the VF2 days. I'm quite sure. Yeah, VF2 days. But the Tetsujins then they are on tour entire Japan, basically playing kumites, like 100-man kumites, and so. I always like to think of these leagues as kind of like everyone's own individual kumite, personal kumite.
Yeah.
So the idea was because the maximum amount of players that could play in the league is 16. So if we ever have a point where more people want to come and play and we don't have enough room, that is something that I would like to do, is make a super league, where so if more people, like if we get more than 16 people, we do something where you won't be playing against everybody, but you'll, like for example, if you have like 32 people sign up to do the league, we'll make 2 brackets, 16 player on one and 16 the other, and then the top 8 from each league then plays against each other. Of the other top 8, and then the bottom 8 play the other bottom 8.
Okay,
so
yeah. This is kind of like a UEFA Cup format. Yeah, where it's like you have two round robins, and they feed into a playoff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, but that's if that's if we ever had issues where you get more than 16 people that wants to join a league.
Yeah. If we ever get into the overcrowding non-issue,
so right now we just hit that cap, so I don't expect every time we play this we get 16.
Right. Correct. Yeah. Absolutely. So, no, right now the good thing is I think for this season and maybe the rest of the year, we have the happy problem that hitting cap is not
excluding
too many people, but it means like everyone knows that everyone's playing it. And that's a good thing.
It's a good problem if we do hit the cap. And so, but the word I came with, Aya, was something that I used to hear in the old Hong Kong TV series I watched, which basically kind of means fake. So it's like a fake Tetsujin.
Okay, yeah.
So that's how I just came with Aya Tetsujin. So.
I see.
I have no idea what it actually means in the Japanese and stuff.
We need to bring back the term Tetsujin though, because we don't use it enough in the modern VF or in the modern fighting game community lingo. You know, I think nowadays when I say, "Oh, that player's a Tetsujin," people are like, "What does that even mean?" I'll be like, "Oh, it just means they're a pro player, even if they're not technically a pro player." You know?
Mm-hmm. The only issue with that is I think is if people will want to wait in between time, like
Yeah, downtime is a tough thing to manage. Yeah, for sure.
And so if people is committed to want to do something like that, like once in a while, like maybe once every month or two, but something if we ever reach a point where we have too many people who want to participate in the Sunday League.
Indeed, and but I like right now. I think a lot of people saw that Himajean is here, and so we've got a lot of people like playing the big room battle, and it's also maybe just the right Sunday, where it's this is a sad Sunday. It's 9/11. we're gonna cheer it up with VF though. So.
Maybe if people who still want to play a league, I might just start the league and just exit. So I'm not sure how many people actually join the room once you continue doing the league.
Yeah, I'm down for a 4th league if you're up for it. Let's ask everybody.
I won't be, but I don't mind starting it up and just abandoning it so that those who want to play can play.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's the bad thing. I can't actually choose a host to take over the room. That was one of the quality of life things I would have like Sega to add.
Yeah, we'll see if people say they want to do it. I'm not sure. I know that on my stream I'm gonna pop Nova onto my voice chat a little bit later. I'm gonna chat a little bit, play a little VF. But that said, let's see. After your match here, there's about like there's like 3 more formats, I think.
Let's see. Oh, the other ones I didn't list it out. So the one that I call hotspots. So this is definitely something that I'm not going to do. But it's so the idea of the hotspot was that so I'm located right in the middle of the United States. Actually kind of midway also between Canada and Mexico. So I get like, if you look at my streams, like almost everyone in my room is always full green bars.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm kind of like the hot spot for like North America region, right? But I think if I look at someone like on your stream, you have some people like mostly the people in the East Coast where you have maybe yellow bars.
Right.
And then the people.
Yeah, I only have like green bars with West Coasters and maybe some Colorado people. Yeah.
Midwest, right? And so the idea is that it's basically hosting leagues just for specific regions. So like, let's do a league in which Chanchai is a hotspot. So everyone who joins his room, hopefully will be people where you get to choose like, all the full green bars play in this league here, or then there are VF numbers in the East Coast. But that starts to come to a point where it's just too much work for that one to organize.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest problem is that it's a lot of work to organize. It is a kind of form of factioning that it's not, and that's not. I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying that what it does though is also the priorities are different. Like I think that one becomes a priority for people that are developing more than the players that are like the players that are Stormlord, right? They want to play like certain other players regardless of the connection. They would prefer to play all green bar, but like a lot of people want to fight Nellie's Vanessa, right? And so at a certain level, that's kind of the priority. But yeah.
Well, it's an idea, especially if it ever comes to a point where we get too many people interested. Hopefully more people from other places will start hosting games. I'm glad like the Bushido is doing that with the Colorado at Tuesday nights.
Right. Well, so did you also? So part of your reason for not doing it, did you gain like a lot of experience from the PlayStation Network groups that you created? Because you created a bunch of them that are still active to this day, and they inspired at least one other that's very active. So I think what you did on PlayStation Network, it's not many people have said it because lots of introverts there, but it's helped so many people create a matchmaking experience that's better than the default.
Okay, that's good. But if anybody who's watching stream who can't find matches with people and we have peace and group chats that if you want to be part of, just message me and I'll put you into them. But I think that was one of the ideas. But I went 10 years ago or so. I ran those Final Showdown VF Circuit leagues,
Yeah.
The VF circuit stuff. It's like dividing up regions by regions. Um, that
Right.
was the
I
idea.
remember. I forgot that was you that ran that, right?
Yeah, I ran that. I got
Yeah.
Madcast and Seg was very nice and just provide support.
Yeah, I had a
So,
lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in that. So yeah, we had rough matches with players from like further away from each other, but because a lot of people were on Wi-Fi back then, so but it was so much fun. So thank you for doing that too.
I'm doing well with Shinobis. I finished playing League, but once I finished talking a little bit with Chanchai, then I'm going to exit. But so many people, I might just start a league up for them and run away. Um, but let's see. That was the idea of hotspot. I actually thought the idea of a hotspot would be actually very good if Sega did it.
Yeah.
Like I think leagues is actually a really good way. Like you could get casual players just to try it.
Yes.
But you need someone who's much more popular, who could have much more wider audience.
I totally agree that like if Sega did one, if Maximilian did one too, right?
People who's just not limited to just the our
like
real
going beyond like hitting like a broader audience and getting them to have that league experience and having regular leagues would be like amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't take much effort, to just press the start league button or something, just make sure everyone has green bars or something.
Yeah, I do think the future is going to be. Nobody will probably believe this, but I think the ultimate solution later is just the fighting game makers are just going to say we're going to put bots in the matchmaking, and maybe some of them will tell, and some of them we won't tell that they're bots. It's like
it's kind of like fun. Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, if you blended in with your quest, but you had the feeling that most players were humans, but only a few, like at the very least you're guaranteed to get a match. At the very least, there's a chance that if you're a low skill player, you'll be matched with something that will help you develop and get better. You just might not know whether it was a human or not.
But I was just thinking, like, Sega is making sure, they have like 1 million people or so following them. Just like, hey, Friday night or something, we're hosting a league, come join, and once in a while just do that.
They did do that for VF for a bit. I should have participated, or I should have watched it just to know how it was doing.
I just saw the European side did that, yeah. But they didn't continue further on with it because I think just get a wider audience. But I think the last one. Oh, for the love of VF. I think you already had an idea what this was because I was talking about this with you earlier. That was more another tongue-in-cheek name where basically, it doesn't matter where you live. Everyone who just like to play VF, just join. So it's gonna have lag. But the Saturday weekly tournament is already something that does this for people who enjoy VF and don't mind the lag. Who else? There's a strong Leon veteran player from Japan. I think Armadillo. I think how sometimes translates
Armadillo.
Toto. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Arumajiro Toto. Yeah.
Toto. Yeah. He hosts a team and a league battle on Tuesdays and Fridays. In which
awesome.
It does not matter what region you're from. So
really? Okay.
So I saw Oliver from Brazil and Paul 68 came and they joined in. He's like, it's okay. So there are groups that
I need to do that.
that.
I'll definitely try to join that. Again, as I told you on Twitter, Arumajiro Toto is one of my friends is Yosuke, who is a Japanese player and did well in tournaments and team battles, and still plays. But Yosuke told me to study Arumajiro Toto's Leon like about 15 years ago. Yeah, and back in the day when it's good stuff. And Arumajiro Toto is still active. All right, what's next?
He is active, and he also played Virtua Fighter 3 still. So it's kind of neat to see that they play switches between Virtua Fighter 3 and Ultimate Showdown.
What's awesome is there's still a lot of Virtua Fighter 3 and Ultimate Showdown. and slash Final Showdown. There's a lot of that still happening. You know, for a lot of us for a lot of players, it's kind of a surprise that that the Japanese don't play like maybe like Final Tuned, right? But maybe that has to do with Sega's like VFNet, you know.
Yeah. There's also the issue is like I know when I was playing like with the Columbus crew, there's like they really like VF4 over VF5, but then I asked you want to just play VF4, I don't mind, and it's like nah, we'll play VF5. Sometimes
yeah. It's funny how that's kind of happening, but now at least in the West we do have a community for all of it. We have a VF3 TV community now online with Fightcade, not official, and same with 4FT. But like for me, Ultimate Showdown is one of my very favorite Virtua Fighters. It really is. I do put it up there with Final Tuned and with 3TV. And so this is the one I'm playing the most. It is the official game, but it is the one that I'm having the most fun with, honestly. It's the most forward focused one, and that was always a design goal with Virtua Fighter since 3. And this game forces you to fight forward more than any other VF, right? 3 was intended to be played forward, but it ended up being a very Tekken space type of game because of how powerful the movement system is in that game. And because if you whiff, you die. In that game, if you whiff, you lose a third of your life. So.
Okay, so my niece is poking her head into the room right now, so I am going to be leaving now. But does people in the room still want to play League? So I'll start up.
I think right now they just want to fight Himajean. So
Okay.
I think it's turned into I want to fight Himajean. So everybody put their quarters on the machine to fight Himajean.
Okay. Because if you guys do, I could just start up and then I'll just leave the room. So if there is, just do a lot of clapping. If not, I'm just gonna leave now.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I haven't seen anybody say that they won the league.
Okay.
But I have a feeling that the reason people jumped into the room was like this chance to fight Himajean.
Okay. All right. Thank you again, everyone. Nice talking to you, Chanchai. Always appreciate
Likewise,
you being my partner in talking. Since
it's a great honor, and you've done a lot of projects that have all been complete hits, complete love of the VF for me. So you've made my VF experience so much better. So I'm loving this a lot. This is it's a privilege and it's a lot of fun. But then also because it got me to play every league battle, I have a nice record. So.
Himajean just won 2 today, right? So he's at 10 now.
Yeah, he's gonna dominate this season. I told him I like him being in this league, but I think it's still an awesome development league. We'll listen to the community how they feel, but I think maybe myself and some others are gonna try to do stuff to help the development side during the weekdays.
That'd be awesome. We need more people taking a little bit more
talent cultivation. I'm all about cultivation, But also, thank you very much, and thanks for telling your stories about the ideas you had for this league, because it was really insightful, and it created good topics about how to do events. Again, reminder to everybody: there's a big team battle next weekend. Virtual Kazama, follow him on Twitter, follow the details, sign up, build a team. It's going to be a lot of fun, and team battle tournaments don't always come. When they do, it's one of those things where you should try to make a priority out of it, because it's a lot of fun. It's going to be the best time you have. All right,
talk to you later, Chanchai.
Okay. All right, talk to you later. Thank you very much. After Dark Nova plays Himajean, I will invite them to voice chat. So.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Akai. Have fun. Say hi to your niece. Cheers to you and your family.
Bye.
All right, bye. Oh man. Okay, I think Dark Nova Void is hidden. And by hidden meaning I'm trying to invite them to a party, but they're like showing themselves as offline. That's okay. It's not a bad thing. Just that let me see if I can get this. If I can pull up a list for them. I might have to jump to the main menu to do this and go scroll through like 100 people. So I have a lot of people on my friends list. So let's see here. Everybody watch Dark Nova though? Alright, we'll just watch Dark Nova fight. Look at that. Jeez.
Round 2. Ready, go!
And Agamita Lago, thank you so much. I appreciate that sentiment, and it's just it's a wonderful community. So it's just a lot of fun, and I just want to have fun with VF with everybody, you know. So thank you. Akai's the same way. He says if it ever becomes like a job, he'll stop, but so far he's having a lot of fun doing the leagues. He loves doing the stats. Like it's like. We get like inside baseball in our Virtua Fighter. It's awesome. All right, I'm gonna. I can't do a search. I don't know if anybody can hear me when I'm in this main menu. If you can, I'm sorry. If you can hear me, that's great. I'm trying to add Dark Nova Void to a voice chat. He doesn't show himself up as online, so because of that, I have to scroll through about 100 people to over 100. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, Dark Nova Void. Oh, okay. Oh, you're in a phone call right now. Okay, no problem. No problem. All right. Well, I will have to go soon, but let's fight. Let's watch some more matches, and we don't always get the chance to fight Himajean. Connection's really good today. I don't know what happened. That forest fire must be helping the Toronto connection. I am going to lower the volume. I had to kind of raise it because Akai was a little quiet. It's just something with the mic lately on PSN. So, yeah, I would love to, man. You know, Nova, you are you are one of my best buds in VF and in general. So, no problem. I'm looking forward to our chat.
Round 2. Ready?
Yes. So that's why I told Akai that that there's people here just probably to fight Himajean and maybe Jace Nova. Yeah. So, hey, Lightwing Dragon, good to see you. Hope you're doing well again. Thank you always for the support. Always appreciate it. Hope that you'll stream VF more again soon, but no pressure. Do what's fun for you. But I hope what's fun for you includes VF streams again. The games were really good. I didn't win any of the leagues today, but I did very well. I got second, and maybe I got third. But they were awesome leagues, you know. We got Himajean, Killa took me down, and really had a dominant performance. But Himajean, I think, took the second and the third. But it was really good stuff. I got second, so that was good. And yeah, and I love this chance to fight Himajean. I know I'm gonna get beat up, especially now that they've brought out their Jean. But I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Leon has stuff they can do, but I can't do slow stuff, which is hard. Himajean will not lose to slow stuff, so I have to prime them first. No, that's really hard. Himajean knows what not to do, knows what to do. Watch and learn. Yep, ring out. So Himajean's just watching for errors. So let's try it. Making error-free games is very hard for me. So let's try it. Ring out. You can't, like, I have to evade that one. As long as he does it really fast, then I can't do anything about it, so I got to evade that. Okay, good stuff. Or take the hit. Hima is awesome. I love fighting Hima, so it's a privilege. Whenever you get to fight a player like this, it's a real privilege, and that's why you see it's like the biggest joy in my face. You know, the start of my VF competitive journey was a player from Seattle who used to be part of the Toronto crew drove down to Portland to play me, but the power was out, so we couldn't play. So the next week I drove to Redmond, Washington to play with them because they were working for Microsoft at the time. And then after that, I went to New York City to play, and I spent 6 days playing VF in New York City. And they had a gathering, so I actually met Mike from Australia there, players from all over. That gathering was amazing. Adam Yuki was the one to host it with his good friend and roommate Andy Crew NYC. I met lots of good friends there, and that was just so awesome for Virtua Fighter 3 on Dreamcast. And that was the start of my journey. And I've played with players from all over the country, players from all over the world. I will play VF no matter where I go, and even in my small college town, through effort, I was able to train people to play VF, but I was also able to find Korean players that were VF players too, and that was awesome. Yeah, I agree. Mash, evade, or eat hit for ST charge. Okay. Thank you very much, though. Thanks for the commentary, Nova. I do think I had opportunities, and I think when Japanese players play like they're like, okay, I'm gonna play careful. There are opportunities in those moments too. They're big, they're calculated gambles, but it's so much fun. Yeah.
Round 4. Ready, go!
I also, like I've also played with and trained many generations of Portland players and Oregon players in Virtua Fighter, so, and Washington players too. Yeah. Well, Himajean also like has an idea of what he wants to do against me, so I gotta watch for those. Because we did play, and I actually got a couple wins off of him when we played. But you know, I know that that's him figuring out what I do, and I do some crazy stuff. So yeah, I trained you. Everything I do is like you improved. Like within the first to 10, you like went from 05 to like 8. Yeah, yeah, it's sparring. Yeah. The sparring is training. That's like your Sarah trains the crap out of me. I haven't trained with Himajean. You know. I just fought with them. But your solid VF is what works. Is like what has to be done. And the way I started to fight against your Sarah last night is how I'm supposed to fight against Himajean to a degree. But I am able to punish certain things if I see it. But I love fighting it. I love the connection today. The connection's really good. I have never had a connection like this with Himajean. Yes, I've played against both of them. I've had a lot of fun fighting them. I met Itabashi's Itabashi Zangief. They're both VF players, and Itabashi Zangief. I met them at Sega Cup, and Fudo I met at Sega Cup, and I did play against them. I was proud that I could do peekaboo against both of them. But I've been able to do peekaboo against every player I fight. I've hit Himajean with it too. So. But that's one of my skills is figuring out moments where peekaboo will work. The Okizumi situation in Ultimate Showdown is slightly less consistent than Final Showdown. Like Final Showdown, that thing always beats mid-rising attack if done right. And in this game, there are a lot of situations where the mid-rising attack still hits it. So hard, yes. This is where we toughen up. Blurring is gonna get frickin' is getting trained in the room of silence and space. The room of space and time, hyperbolic time chamber. That's what it's like fighting Himajean. There is something people should know when you fight really high level players though. They set a very powerful pace, and they set a pace that forces reading. And sometimes you do better reading than react like you're forced to react, but the decisions are kind of simple. And because of that, when you fight players of this skill, you might fall into a trap where you think that's the only way to play VF, and it's not. So I've met many players who played in Japan, fought the big boys, and they could hang in there. They could shadow box. They wouldn't win, but they were hanging in there, and it's like the best feeling. But the problem is they come back to other places and players are playing slower, and they start feeling like other players are playing wrong. But I'm going to tell you, there's no wrong way to play VF. A win is a win, and if you're not adapting to your opponent, their timing, their gaps, their indecisions, that's a fair loss. You can't just blame your opponent for being slow. If you're losing to slow, it's because you're not fighting your opponent. So one of the big challenges when you fight someone like the way Himajean's playing right now is it's going to hype you up. You're going to be forced to make decisions quick, and they're easier decisions, but it forces your execution. But the downside's going to be that you're not realizing how much of the pace is being set by him and not by you, right? He's setting the pace. He's forcing the game into this decision space. And so the problem is then you fight other people, and the decisions are totally different, and you can easily lose sets. So the way I put it is, you learn how to shadow box Floyd Mayweather, but that's shadow boxing. You can't shadow box Floyd Mayweather against another player, against another fighter, against Mike Tyson, right? It's a different shadow boxing. Yeah. But yeah, this game is it's like Dragon Ball Z. You get bodied, but you get so strong after getting bodied so hard. Like, you really do. Sometimes you don't see it until you fight other opponents of your skill level. Then you realize you're getting stronger. Right? Ring out. It's danger. Alright, let's see. Those choices that we make.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Come on. Okay, I got stuck on the stun. But he would have won anyways. It's the wrong option.
Ready, go!
Oh, so nasty. Good game. Thank you for the beating. Thank you very much for that, Himajean. It is. You gotta also watch the way he sets up and does side turn. He didn't do it in this match, but it's so terrifying. His side turn. His side turn is the most terrifying thing. Like when John is 6-6-Ping you on the side, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst. Okay, back turn is the worst. But when he does it on side, it's just like, what the hell? Like, because you're locked so badly. So, everybody enjoy watching the beatings. Yeah. I'm gonna use the restroom, I'll be right back.
Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout! いつでも相手になってやるさ。Round 1. Ready, go!
My connection's probably about to get worse because my daughter is going. I gave my daughter permission to go ahead and start FaceTiming her best friend. Sometimes you gotta give. But there's a Thai saying: first give, then receive, and it's a good way to live. Another good way to live is, don't lend money unless you're okay not getting it back. You know? But in general, try not to lend money too. If it creates a power difference between you and your friend, it sucks. Even if you don't need payback, sometimes they can't handle it because sometimes it just creates that power difference. But I'm loving that the connection's so good. Look at that. Oh, okay. Man, Nova, that was a really good battle. Really good. The stuff that you're able to land on Hima is really good. So. Does he have to go to lunch? He's gonna say he has to go to lunch, isn't he? Switching characters? Me too, me too. I would like to as well. Thank you so much, Himajean. My computer died, so I need to get a new computer soon.
Round one. Ready, go!
Yes. Oh my god, I was too slow. That's what I love about VF2. There really is no useless moves.
Ready, go!
God, dash throw works so well. Yep, that duck is it. I 8K'd that. Good game. Was it perfectly timed? Maybe it was. Maybe it was a meaty. I 8K'd. Good game, Himajean. Thank you so much for the lesson. I went for 8K, couldn't get it.
Round one. Ready, go!
Be very careful about... Nice Sabaki, Jason. Nice Sabaki. Be careful with doing too much high jabs in the poke war. Scope Doge, yeah, so if I coached you, and I would like to coach Scope Doge, let me know how I can reach you outside of Twitch, like which form of chat you like. Facebook, Shite Fighter can give you my Facebook account, so you can chat with me on Messenger if that's what you prefer. But I am on Twitter as well. If I were to coach you, the things that I would train you is how to improve your basics for the boxing game, the one that Shite Fighter showed you, punch, elbow, throw, and defensive techniques. That's number one. Number two, start to slowly build up your recognition of when you need to mix up throw and mid, and understanding it and being able to mix it up without like caring too much about it, but just being able to detach yourself and not so much like I want to launch him, but more like, oh, I can launch or I can throw. Which one's good? And what's good depends on your opponent. And so you have to take away that like I want to launch or I want to throw. It has to just be I'm just gonna launch or I'm gonna throw. And you're not supposed to care except for the fact that you just happen to think you're gonna do the option that he's gonna lose to. Then the third part is learning fuzzy guard, because the fuzzy guard will now once you have the boxing and you have the fuzzy guard, that gives you the ability to play this kind of safe game where we're going back and forth a lot, and you're starting to see what makes them tick, and you can deconstruct their play because you're playing in a way that's very hard to punish, but you're also playing in a way to see what kind of traps they're doing, how they want to try to punish your options, what is their style. That's how you develop reads. And then knowing when to mid throw is being able to do big damage in situations where they kind of give it to you. And it's not the same as you have to learn it with the importance of, like in Tekken you have to learn how to whiff punish and learn how to punish on block. In this game you need to learn how to Nitaku when you have it. And sometimes you create Nitaku, like when you jab and you get like the red spark, like you see that you're going to interrupt their attack, then you're going to have that situation. Same, if you elbow and you see that your elbow is going to interrupt them, you have Nitaku there. You mid or throw right there. So if we were to coach and you and I were to spar, or I was to watch you play other people, I'd be working on those things. And then on top of that, kind of some very specific situational things that come up when you spar with the AI or you spar with another opponent online. So that's how I would plan to coach your VF and help you improve. Yeah. So the case of Lei Fei is a weird one, right? Lei Fei is tricky because Lei Fei and Vanessa are the tricky characters because they are the ones who you kind of learn VF backwards through them. You learn how to use strings a lot with Lei Fei, and with Vanessa you learn how to attack and use certain options when you're at a disadvantage. Whereas every other character has to kind of learn to like focus on defending when they're at a disadvantage and only attacking when they believe that the opponent's going to throw them, right? One of the things to learn about VF is that the big part of the flow is that if you know your opponent's going to throw, you don't need to know the throw scheme. You just need to know that attack beats throw. So you need to have like if you're that confident that they're going to throw, the correct answer isn't to throw escape. The correct answer is to launch them. It's really hard to do that though. And then it's also hard, like, if you're the type of person who's just going to randomly do it, to kind of create it in an orderly way where you're actually reading the opponent. So yeah. Yeah, so I was a busy person. I'm a little less busy now. I still am busy, but you're a player I've really wanted to work with. And so, yeah, Shite Fighter can send you my Facebook, so you can add me to friends list. But message me, let me know who you are, so I don't mix you up. If you're comfortable saying your real name, you can here, but you don't have to. I respect your privacy. Yeah. I have conceptual talks right now. I do want to do tutorials, but right now my capacity to edit videos is very limited, and I do know how to edit videos. I just don't have a good computer to do it. I don't have the time. So a lot of my tutorials are kind of talks about how to conceptually understand what's going on at a more competitive level. But I do plan to do some kind of tutorial video and session. The very first thing I would show a beginner is something like you just interrupt with a low punch and then you launch, and then when the opponent starts blocking, now you switch to you do a low punch, then you throw. You know, it's very basic. But later on, you learn 2P is not all that because the opponent's going to assault the 2P. But still, a lot of people don't see it coming. A lot of people don't see that they lose to the decision after the low punch.
Round 2. Ready, go! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout. Round 4.
You did really good, Nova. You did better than everyone.
Knockout.
Man, he's on point. He's on point with that. So good. I love that he has really good instincts for when to use 6P plus K.
Knockout.
Good game, Jason. Good game. There was lag. It disrupted both of us again, but we still fight through it because we're fighters, you know? So. The 3v3, looking forward to that. That is next week, right? Virtual Kazama, or is it this week? If it's this week, it's like, what? I'm pretty sure I would have heard if it was this weekend. But yeah, I think next week they're going to do that. We've been trying to tell everybody to go check it out. Good to see you, Ice Wizard.
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout.
Is it going on right now?
Round 2. Ready, go!
Man, why do I lose to it? Too impatient.
Knockout. Round 3. Ready, go!
Alright, good game.
Excellent.
Good game. I gotta take a phone.
Better run home to Mama now.
Alright. I'm gonna head out very soon though. I gotta have lunch, but this has been awesome. I do want to chat later, Nova, so we'll do that. Yeah, that side roll really makes 9K crush so easy time. Thanks for the tip. I know. Last night I kept getting killed by it.
Ready, go!
The way Sarah sets up if she gets a good evade is so cool. It's not like the most powerful thing, but it's just that she's in such a good position to really assault. So it's cool. It's good stuff. Love it.
Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Excellent!
You'll never be a match for me.
Alright, this is going to be the last run. I am going to raid after this, but everyone, thank you very much. This was such another fun Sunday. All the Sundays are the best. Thanks so much to Akai for doing this league and everyone that participates. It's just wonderful, wonderful community.
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout!
That's right. -5. Elbow.
Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Excellent!
You gotta let go of guard. Yeah, I got stuck with the meaty timing guard. Counter hit. I don't know how to counter hit happened though.
Ready, go! Knockout!
That's so hard. Man, that back turn setup is still really rough. It's gotta start with an offensive move somewhere maybe. I need to watch the video to see how that's set up. Very good game. I had a good time. Everyone have a good one. We're gonna go ahead and raid, but this was wonderful. Thank you very much, Nova. Thank you very much, Jason, too. So, let's do... yeah, I'll be back on later tonight, though. I hope.
Round 1. Ready, go!
We're gonna raid iFix Machine, Hayato. Yeah. Thank you very much. Reach out to me on Facebook, Scope Doge. We'll work on your VF, okay? I can't make promises, but I really believe you're gonna be fine. And I'm gonna help you level up. So, but you're fighting against a lot of really strong players in the league, so I hope you're enjoying the battles, though. But I'm really glad that you're playing VF.
Round 2.